James for three.
Alexis attack.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas. Kasama sina Coach Jojo at Coach Janet Villa.
Isang mapagpalang Sabado sa inyo, mga teammates. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes. At ito ang programang Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas, 702 DZAS, FEBC, Radyo TV. Welcome sa mga teammates natin na nakikinig sa atin via DWAY 104.3 FM Care Radio sa Bicol, sa DXFE 1197, The Good News Radio sa Davao Region, sa DZRK 106.3 FM Radyo Kapit-Bisig sa Palawan, sa DXAS 1116 Your Community Radio sa Zamboanga. Tayo rin po ay napapakinggan via online streaming sa Facebook page natin sa Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas, sa FEBC 702 DZAS o kaya sa febc.ph. Greetings sa ating mga kaagapay na madalas makinig sa atin, si Ben and Maricar Loriaga, si Coach R.S. Payade and si Nes Duque, si Julita Adamos, Jennifer Satingin, Elizabeth Paraiso, Nora Cancela, Faustina Habla, Coach Glendino Gopez, Jocelyn Panagiton, Joy Ramos, and Lay Dan. Batiin ko rin po ng happy birthday ang mga sumusunod nating mga kaibigan, si Dr. Abby Gordon, si Coach Lenny Martinez ng taga Dumaguete, ating sports writer na si Theodore Jurado, Coach Henry Subido, at coach ng anak ko sa Wushu, si Coach Gary Kua. Mga kaagapay, at least may good news na tayo, no? Dahil si Kai Soto malamang makakalaro na, no? Sabi ng SBP for how many weeks, naghihintay sila dahil hindi nila alam ang kalagayan ni Kai Soto, no? Kung ano ba. But the doors are opening and the doctors of Kai will speak dito sa mga doctors ng SBP and bibigyan nila ng information ano na ang progress ni Kai Soto. And assuming na si Kai Soto, lahat ng mga boxes na siya ay ready na to play, including yung sinasabi niyang may mga back spasms, malamang Kai would be able to join the Gilas scrimmages without any restrictions, no? And it couldn't have come at a better time dahil how many days na lang? Less than a week before the 2023 FIBA World Cup kicks off. And at tagal niya nang hindi naglalaro since July 15 nung siya ay naglaro sa Summer League. Pero siya naman ay isang professional player. Konting pagpag lang yan. And he will get back to his strength and conditioning, back to his top form. Also mga kapatid, si Scottie Pippen ay who sustained a metacarpal fracture on his right hand while training sa Lithuania last month, has been cleared by doctors for full practice. Sabi nga ni Butch Antonio, the SBB Director of Operations and Team Manager, na at least pwede na siyang sumama sa mga drills, siguro uunti-untiin nila na bago siya makabalik sa top form dahil galing pa sa injury. Hindi naman nila bibiglain yan, no? And ang backcourt natin, mga kasama niya si Jordan Clarkson and ang Japan B-League na veteran na si Dwight Ramos. That is good news for us dahil we want to play with a team na talagang walang mga injuries and ready to compete against the best players sa mundo. Mga kapatid, ang ating guest ay dating coach at matagal ko na siyang kilala. And he would like to share his insights sa pagbabalik ng Puso at Lakas.
Time out muna kapatid! Magbabalik ang Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Ako po si Brother Jun Hamol ng Manila Ojong Mission Church. Sa oras na ito, nais ko pong samahan niyo ako ipanalangin ang frontliners. Among Diyos na makapangyarihan sa lahat, isinasamo po namin sa inyo ang mga frontliners. Nawa po patuloy niyo po silang panatilihing malakas at malusog, lalo-lalo ng kanilang pangatawan habang sila ay naglilingkod at gumagawa ng kanilang tungkulin. Ito po ang aming samot dalangin sa makapangyarihang pangalan ng Panginoong Hesus. Amen.
Ito ang 702 DZAS.
702 DZAS.
Agapay ng Sambayanan. Kasapi sa KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas. Pusong kampyon. Siya na nga, luha at galak. Mga sikreto ng marugdog na ensayo at pagtatagumpay sa larangan ng sports. Pusong kampyon.
Mga kaagapay, our guest for today is used to be the deputy coach of the UST Growling Tigers. Nag-champion sila ng 2006, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, and former head coach of Rizal Technological University and is now the founder and director of the Philippine Youth Dreamers. Let's all welcome Coach Bujing Akot. Hi, Coach Bujing.
Hi po, magandang araw sa inyo, Coach Jojo. It's a privilege and also sa ating mga nakikinig at ating mga nanonood.
Coach Bujing, how many years na ba kayo have you been in coaching?
Coach, I might say medyo matagal-tagal, 25 years plus yung ating coaching experience. And it's a wonderful experience.
Alam mo, sa mga nakikinig, 25 years nang nagko-coach si Coach Bujing and kasama siya bilang isa sa mga naging assistant coach ng Philippine team, no? And isang karangalan niya, no? Nakita ko nga na sa kanyang t-shirt meron siyang Pilipinas, yung flag ng Pilipinas, no? And thank you so much for serving our country, no? Being one of the assistant coaches. Sinong head coach niyo?
Si Coach Joey Chico and also assisted by Coach Alan Kaidi, Coach Eric Altamirano, and Coach Vicky Fabis.
Wow, ang bigat ng lineup na yan. Mga magagaling na mga coaches, no? Coach Bujing, you've been coaching for 25 years and may nag-iba. Sigurado ako dahil 25 years ago, matagal na yon, ano ang pagkakaiba ng mga character ng mga bata ngayon?
Well, siguro I might focus first on my personal changes sa buhay ko. Nung bata ako sa coaching, mapusok ako eh. I mean, I'm very aggressive. I wanted to win. To the point that you go beyond the box, no? Yung expectations ng mga players, parents. It's a good side and also there's a bad side. So, masasabi ko as time passes by, nagbago yun eh. Siyempre, habang tumatagal, you tend to be more patient and tsaka mas naging understanding sa mga situations. So, if you put it in the player's context, dati, you push so much of the players to the point that they might be able to parang ma-break yung kanilang pattern of doing the good and doing the bad. Pero as time passes by, yung pinaka-ultimate goal na lang nangyayari is you wanted the players to build their character and be a better person and be better every single day.
Coach Bujing, may binanggit ka, no? When you were young, you were very aggressive. And from being aggressive, I think naman kahit naman ako when I was young, no? Coaching then, aggressive tayo because you wanted to prove something, no? And you mentioned two sides, the good side and the bad side. Bad side is maybe because we are so much consumed of winning. Sometimes winning becomes the main goal na nakakalimutan na natin yung mga ibang bagay. And ano yung mga ibang bagay na yun? Sometimes coach and player relationships nasisira, no? Because we push them so hard to the point na gusto natin ang resulta maganda. Pero bata to eh. Di ba? Minsan marupok pa. And meron ka bang na-experience, no, na meron kang player na hindi kinayanan or hindi o bumigay dahil sa so much push?
Coach, ano yan tama ka, no? Yung relationship ng players and coach talaga maapektuhan yan. Lalo na kung so much into winning, yung journey mo, gusto mo puro panalo. The first few years talagang nagiging personal goal ng any coaches. I don't think it's just us, but I think in any coaches right now or kung sino man naging coaches or magiging coaches, ang first few years talaga, it's a personal goal. You wanted to prove yourself to the point that you sacrifice time for your family, for God, for the players. Your relationship talaga will suffer. Pero habang tumatagal, you tend to understand that it's not all about winning. So the good side will come after so much of your parang maturing, no? Yung sinabi mo yung players relationship as a coach, siguro mas mahirap yung sitwasyon na player mo yung anak mo. So to the point that I have my 2 kids, I have 2 boys, and syempre ikaw ultimate goal mo is to be, you've been coaching in the national team, you've been part of the UAAP, NCAA, part of the Commissioner's Office of PBA. You wanted your son, my sons, to be part of it. Unfortunately, when you push it so hard, yung naging personal interest mo, personal goal mo, magbe-break talaga. It came to a point that my 2 kids, or sabihin na natin pinakabunso ko, he's the most tall among the 2 Pero wala you push it so much, parang napagod, and decided to go to studies na lang and entered Cundirana of LaSalle. So proud ako kasi naging successful sila sa Cundirana, but may frustration din ako because hindi ko na-achieve yung akala ko goal ko para sa kanila. But in reality, I think it's more on a personal goal na dapat sineset aside as a father and as a coach. So yun yung mga bagay na you cannot deal so much with winning.
Alam mo, Coach Bujing, no? May nabasa akong libro. I think it was written by Charles Swindoll. And ang sabi doon, ang title ng book is, yung verse na ginamit is yung Proverbs, train up a child in the way he should go, so that when he grows old, he shall never depart from it. Ang ibig sabihin nun, lahat tayo may I think each one was given different abilities, different talent, and it is for us to as pag-parents, no, to see kung ano yung bent, kung ano yung linya ng anak mo, no. Sometimes ang linya ng anak pala natin is, sa case mo is music. Pero you were pushing your kid to become a basketball player kasi dream ng isang basketball coach, no? But I think hindi lahat magiging kagaya natin, no? Ako, I have a daughter, and ang gusto naman niya is una judo, tapos gusto niya wushu. Pinilit ko ba siyang mag-basketball? Definitely hindi, dahil una, babae. Ayoko siyang maging basketball player, and if maging basketball player siya, sabi ng wife ko, alam mo, Jo, pag yung anak natin naglaro ng basketball at may coach meron na siyang coach, no? Kunyari, 10 years old siya, 11 years old, naglalaro na siya, tapos may coach na handling her, Sabi ng wife ko, wag na wag kang makikialam sa coach niya. Pag,
Exactly.
pag ikaw nakialam sa coach niya, ako ang una mong kaaway. Sabi sa akin ng wife ko, si Janet. But because I think naintindihan ko, Coach Bujing, kung saan ka nagagaling, kung saan ka nanggagaling. And because frustrated. Siguro, frustrated player tayo. No? Siguro,
Yes. Siguro yun talaga yung coach.
and I think it's okay to find out na hindi pala yun yung linya niya. Ang binigay na talento sa kanya ng Panginoon ay singing. Pagdating naman sa singing, wow! Para siyang si Michael Jordan of singing. Kasi nasa Kundirana siya. Pag sinabing Kundirana, ito yung magagaling kumanta sa Lasal Green Hills. Dito galing si Gary Valenciano, no? Sila...
Alcacid.
Oh, maraming magagaling dyan. Ding Dong Avanzado, no?
Yes.
So, nandun pala yung kanyang linya. And the bad side of pushing our players too much is baka hindi nila kayanin. Meron iba, kaya. But merong ibang mga players na marurupok, talagang bibigay. And it is not their fault. I think it may be the coach's fault. Kasama ako doon, no? And I would confess to it na may mga players ako na, wow, kaya ng iba, pero siya dapat ang approach ko ay iba, no? And talking about mga players, no? Ano naman yung difference ng mga players ngayon at yung mga players 25 years ago or 15 years ago?
Siguro it's not really too much about skills, no? Masyadong marami na rin technology, talaga nag-evolve the basketball. Pero I might found more on the attitude of the players. Siguro 25 years ago, hindi masyado emotional ang mga players. At saka may mas maraming players yung tinatawag na parang super goal-oriented sa kanilang gustong ma-achieve sa buhay. Not like now, bata, a little bit more emotional. Easily they give up on something, no? Mabilis ma-frustrate, no? You push them so hard or a little bit harder than the usual, they tend to step backward and check first kung kakayanin nila o hindi. Unlike yung mga kabataan noon na talagang they will try to strive harder, no, to really be at par always, not only in practice but also in life. They wanted to be a little bit more better than the others. It's not about jealousy. It's really more on being competitive in the right way. Siguro mas mataas yung competitiveness ng mga kabataan noon because masyado limited yung liga. Kung konti lang yung liga, syempre konti lang yung slot. So mas maraming competition na nagiging healthy. Pero ngayon dahil sa sobrang daming liga, a lot of schools offering already scholarship. So medyo yung demands tumataas pero yung mga bata okay lang. If I will not be able to reach UAAP and say I still have another league like this or another school. So sa sobrang daming choices, bumababa rin yung level of competitiveness nila. Pero unlike before, wow, it's either PBA, national team, that's it. PBL, yun lang. UAAP, NCAA, NCAA. It's so limited that you gotta really work hard. Out-compete para talagang makita yung true character mo of winning.
Coach Bunjing, no? Dun sa binanggit mo, yung mga players dati, because of kukonti lang yung liga, no? And syempre, pag kukonti ang liga, you aspire to make it to that league, no? Kung ang PBA is always there, no, the highest. And then may PBL. Ito yung PBA D-League ngayon, no?
Yes.
And then may mga school leagues, UAAP, NCAA. Hindi kamukha ngayon, may MPBL, ang daming klaseng liga, kaliwat kanan.
PSL, NPL, sobrang daming liga ngayon.
So, ang mga players, it's good na maraming liga. So, maraming pagkakataon na if it's a professional league, maraming chances na yung player
to earn.
to earn money, no? But ang downside nun is dahil madami, parang okay na kahit hindi ako mag-PBA. There's nothing wrong about it, no? But yung kanilang goal na to be the best, no, pangarap na for me to achieve, no, kung ito yung potential ko, I want to reach my potential dahil pag na-reach ko yung potential na yun, chances are pwede akong umabot dun sa league na gusto ko. Ngayon, dahil maraming liga, pwede na ako kahit ang potential ko 1 to 10, 10 dapat. Kahit naman mag-8 ako, marami na akong pwedeng puntahan na iba. That's the downside to it. How about attitude when it comes to entitlement, no? Kasi ngayon, dati, ang mga players, tubig lang, magka-rubber shoes lang, laban na. Di ba? Ibig sabihin, for them to be part of a school or a university, to wear just the colors, the uniform, malaking karangalan na. Now, because of social media and because of other distractions, gaano kang hirap mag-coach?
Sobrang hard yung question mo, pero ito talaga yung trend ngayon, coach, no? Pag magaling ka, you're in demand. Di ba? Pero ang downside lang doon, it's lahat ng bata ganun na rin yung gustong ma-achieve, no? They wanted more compensation, more benefits na makukuha. Pero ang bad side nun kasi is you're not basically working for your dreams anymore to be a better person, or siguro masabi natin na maging proud sa iyo family mo kasi pagka nag-work hard ka, hindi mo tinitingnan yung benefits kagad. In the long run, yung fruits niyan mararipe mo din naman That's what inculcated sa atin ng mga parents natin di ba? You work hard, you study hard, then at the end of the day, when you finish degree, you will be able to have a good future. Sa basketball din, ganon, you practice hard, every day train hard, palakas ka, then you will be able to get scholarship and eventually to PBA. So ngayon, dahil everything's instant, sige, pag magaling ka na, ito ibibigay ko sa iyo, sa amin ka pumunta. So hindi na siya naging parang what do you call this?
Intrinsic motivation.
Yes.
Or on extrinsic na.
Extrinsic na, oo. Kasi parang kailangan laging merong kapalit bago ka mag-perform. So nakaka-frustrate, no? Kasi I still believe that the power of intrinsic na motivate ka by yourself, by your parents, na hindi, it's a school pride. Dito ako lalaro, no matter how much. Kung may pera ba niya, wala kasi. Hindi, pride to Daddy ko naglaro sa UST, gusto ko sa UST ako. Or naglaro lolo ko, tito ko sa UP, no, I'll go for UP. Ngayon hindi Parang what's for me? 'Di ba? So minsan pag inisip mo, it's also a big gamble, no? As a player, saan ka mapupunta? Doon sa maganda binibigay sa iyo or doon sa magiging maganda yung path mo from here hanggang doon sa dulo, you know? Kasama yung pamilya, 'di ba? Yung character mo ba mabibuild? Kasi if you get injured, that's it. 'Di ba? So you have the money, you have the benefits, you have all the compensation, pero after that, what will happen to you? Yung fame, coach, sandali lang yan You can be famous for the next 2-3 days to 1 week kasi siguro ngayon hanggang 1 month dahil sa social media. Pero after that, wala. There will be another kid, another guy who will be more famous than you, then that's it.
Yeah, that's true, no? There's nothing wrong with extrinsic motivation. Motivation coming from outside, for example, mga benefits, no? But if an extrinsic motivation would be mas doon ka malululon, no? Mas doon ka pupunta as compared sa intrinsically motivated ka na I want to be the best person I could be by working very hard, or hindi lang the best person, the best player, the best classmate, the best teammate, the best son, di ba? So maraming pwede kang gawin, but right now because of the benefits, material benefits, no? And tama yung sinasabi mo na you can have thousands of money, di ba? Thousands of pesos. Tapos, paano kung after 2 years, you meet an accident, talagang nagkaroon ka ng, wag naman sana, no? Yung injury na hindi mo na maibalik yung laro mo. And because you took the money, you took the easy route, di ba? Paano naman yung, kung tapos hindi ka pa nag-aaral dahil hindi pinukpok yung pag-aaral. Ang pinukpok you just play hard, you just dream of going to the PBA. And Coach Bujing, alam natin to, no? If there are 10 teams in the PBA, no? Or 12 teams, at times 15 mo. There are only 150 to 180 players who can make it in the PBA. And every year, may dumarating na mas magaling. So, you just have to really assess yung situation. And ako ba talaga binayayaan ng Panginoon to really make it big sa PBA? Or talagang this is a path na I will play college basketball and enjoy it, no? At the same time, enjoy the benefits of having a scholarship and use that scholarship, no, to get a free education, get a degree, and eventually, after that, after playing basketball, pwede kang magtrabaho. Either you can use it sa business or you can be employed, no? And have you seen the downside of players na did not work very hard and did not make it big sa professional, and eventually, wala. They just drifted away. Sayang yung pagkakataon.
Madami yan, Coach, no? Pagka nagkwentuhan kayo, na parang semi-reunion, magkikita-kita kayo ng mga players, tapos sasabihin nga, Coach, sayang, no? Kasi it's frustrating for them na itong teammate kong to, now in PB, pero second stringer lang sa akin yan eh. Diba? You have to give it back to them. Sasabihin sa kanya, what did you do during the time na yun? I told you this. Pero sabi ko, wala tayong magagawa. We made our choices. You want that path? Binigay sa iyo yan ng Lord. Yun ang kinuha mo. Ito, nag-decide siya, give up niya, ang daming bagay. Hindi naman siya nagpa-party. Party, sobra lalo na ngayon, di ba? Gimmick, kung ano-ano. Because of gadgets, instead na nagba-basketball, nagsa-cellphone na lang. So, maraming downside yung pag-angat ng buhay. Di ba? Kaya nga, di ba, mas majority ng mga players na adversity of life galing sa hirap, they're the ones who are more blessed pagdating sa mga siguro achievements because they wanted more kasi yun yung wala sila eh. Now, if you have so much, you tend to think na, okay, it's okay kasi I have lots naman eh. Diba? So yung mga frustration ng mga players na ganyan, marami sila na hindi nakamake doon. Pero ang iba rin naman talaga, yung iba talaga, coach, medyo nawala na talaga sa direction. No? I have to be blunt, merong naging addict, meron talagang sumandal na lang sa mga kaibigan na nangihingi, nangungutang, pero meron naman yung hindi nila na kuha yung pagiging player PBA, pero because they realize it a little bit earlier, tinuloy nila yung pag-aaral nila, ngayon, they have a better situation in life, maganda na yung pamilya nila. So, ganun talaga, coach eh. The world is not perfect. So, players will not always be perfect. Coaches will not be perfect.
Coach Bujing, no? So dito malaki ang influence ng isang coach. In fact, sabi nga ni Billy Graham, a coach can impact more people in a single year than the average person can do in a lifetime. Ulitin ko, ano? A coach can impact more people in a single year than the average person will do in a lifetime. Kasi yung coach, for 1 year, palagay mo ng 4 to 6 days a week. Di ba? 2 to 3 hours. Nandyan yung impluensya ng coach. So yung coach, either he would breathe life into a player or bring destruction. Either words of affirmation or words of death, no? And ang importante dito is the coach has balance, no? Yung coach has a vision for his players. Alam naman niya kung sino yung aabot ng PBA. Di ba? May idea na siya. And then meron doon na siguro kung talagang mabigyan ng konting pagkakataon, no? The right team, the right time will get him kahit hindi siya ganun ka talented. But only a few players can make it. So, coach, if the role of a coach is very important, di dapat ang coach should be a role model. Nagiging role model ba? Nagiging role model ba? Nagiging role model ba ang mga coaches? We're talking about basketball coaches since we're talking about UAAP, NCAA, or the different leagues then PBA. Or ang mga coach, they are just into winning. Ano tingin mo?
Coach, sa social media kasi ngayon, ang coaches, they put such videos, photos, yung Instagrammable, yung tipong mai-entice yung mga tao. But when you look at it, yung foundation mababaw eh. So, if you really want to have an impact sa mga bata, tama ka, you gotta be the role model and you have to be the living example. Diba? In terms of being on the right time, kung ang call time mo is 3 o'clock, then you have to be there before 3 o'clock. Of course, there are situations na hindi mo mamimit yan because may mga tinatawag tayo human reasons. Pero kinakailangan, as much as possible, lalo na kung nagko-coach ka ng club team, you gotta be the one who's setting the example. Hindi naman pwedeng you're teaching something or you're asking or demanding something sa bata na hindi naman sila prepared. For to be more detailed, you're asking for the kids. You've been shouting out, box out, box out. Did you ever do some boxing out drills? So, yung coach, lalo na nga sa social media, they look up to you so much na you have to be very careful. Kasi if they see something that they think you're good at it, they might follow it. But hindi mo rin alam, baka maging negative effect yun. Kasi pag sinunod ka niya, contradicting naman yun sa gusto mangyari ng parents sa bata. So, ang sinasabi natin talaga is when you go to a club or to go to a school, kailangan 1 page din kayo ng parents at saka ng bata. Ano ba ang gusto nyo? Kasi may bata talaga, coach. We've been coaching for a long time. May makikita ang bata dyan. Titingnan mo pa lang, parang kahit mag-triple time to medyo hindi kakayanin ito mag-UAAP. Diba? Pero, you see the discipline of the kid. Nakikita mo, nako, itong bata to magiging winner to sa buhay nito. Hindi man siya maging basketball player, pero very sensitive siya sa iba. Nakikisama siya sa iba. Diba? Maganda yung pakikipkapwa-tao niya. Then I think that's the main goal of the coach. Yung vision mo na maging maganda buhay nila, not only about basketball. Huwag lang maging personal goal talaga, coach. Siguro talaga, at the span of years of coaching, dun mo lang marirealize na may mission and vision ka pala as a coach. Hindi lang trophies and medals.
So coach, what you're telling me is you use the practice, yung mga practices to input, no? And to instill itong mga life skills, no? For example, binanggit mo na yung batang to, he might not make it to a higher league, but because marunong siyang makisama, tapos yung positive na driven, hindi yung mga ngapak, no, but he works very hard, his discipline, goes to practice on time, may kita mo na once he graduates and once he becomes an employee or has his own business, makita mo na pagtsatsagaan niya dahil persistent siya sa practice even if nahihirapan siya, no? Hindi siya magi-give up. So, coach, ano yung mga kailangan i-model? Kasi I think yung role na coach mabigat ngayon, no? And you cannot give something that you do not have. That's the number one rule, no? So, what are the things na dapat minomodel ng isang coach sa mga players na tingin mo non-negotiable?
Discipline. The coach has to be very disciplined. On and off the court, kailangan disiplinado siya. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Pero kailangan family-oriented. That's one thing. You have to be purposely driven by the guidance of God. Kasi baliwala din yan, coach, kung hindi ka talaga nagpapasalamat sa mga blessings, no? In every little things, blessing yan eh. Yung trophies, medal, siguro masasabi natin, it's some of the ultimate goals ng mga parents. Pero pag sinabi mo winning, in every practice, may winning eh. May winning. Yung anak mo, hindi nakaka-layup no ng kanan. Ngayon, kaya na magkanan, kaya pa kumaliwa. So, panalo ka na dun eh. You have to look at it as a blessing. Yung maliit na bagay na kailangan makita mo siya. Yung dati, anak ko, napakatahimik na, very sociable na. Diba? Very accommodating na. That's a big win. That's a big win which you cannot get it from the school. Your studies can give you so much in terms of academics, but personal growth, character development, it goes sa sports eh. That's my point of view. I don't know with others, but that's my point of view. So it's really more on the coaches being disciplined. It will boil down to the coaches being disciplined and God-fearing.
Alam mo, totoo yung Coach Bujing, no? Na unang makita dapat na yung coach is disiplinado. Naalala ko to nung, I think more than 20 years ago. May isang coach, no, na tinawag ako ng isang player. Sabi sa akin, so may nagpa-practice mo ng isang professional team, susunod yung isang collegiate team sa same venue, no? Different hours yung practice. Sabi nung isang player, coach, tignan mo yung coach nila, oh. Buong ensayo, almost 80%, no? Nakaupo lang. Habang nakaupo, may sandwich at saka may soft drinks. Hindi tumatayo. Sabi niya, coach, susundan kaya naman yung mga players na tinatamad dahil lagi lang siya nakaupo, hindi siya tumatayo. Alam mo yun, masyadong relaxed. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na you have to be very passionate, no? Na talagang halos sumisigaw ka na sa court, buo, paikot-ikot ka. I think hindi ganun eh. It's more of that you would show your players that you are in the game, that you are concerned sa kanilang development, that you are teaching them. In short, may teaching, hindi coaching. Kasi kahit sino naman pwedeng mag-coach eh. Kahit any Tom, Dick, and Harry, di ba? Nautusan lang bumili ng suka. Tinawag sa court, alika nga dito, i-coachan mo nga itong players to. Ang gagawin lang niya, magpapasok ng players. But to teach the game, to teach values, to teach skills, to teach players that to be able to teach them right from wrong, no? Ibig sabihin nagtuturo ka na ng wisdom, no? And yes, I think mabigat yung nakasandal sa mga shoulders ng mga coach kasama ka dito. Coach, ano yung pinaka-struggle mo or one of your struggles na hindi mo makalimutan coaching a game or failures as a coach?
failures, madami, coach, sobrang dami. Not only because you've been losing games, no? But there are also moments that you tend to question yourself. Are you really into for coaching ba talaga? Because coaching is not well compensated, coach. Eh. It takes time, you know. Kailangan mag-juggle ka ng schedules. You have to coach one team or three teams in the same time para lang to be able to provide for your family. So minsan napag-iisip ka na along the way, no, 25 years, mga 10, 15, parang talagang masasabi mo, tutuloy ko pa ba? Kasi parang lipat na kaya ako ulit sa teaching. Sa teaching, alam ko may monthly ako eh. Pero because you love it so much, you tend to fight for it. Diba? So, laban ka lang. Tapos, syempre, because, ano naman tayo eh, syempre, galing ako Lourdes School Mandaluyong, UST, UP. So, natuto tayo makisama. So, dumating yung point na money doesn't really matter. What matters is building relationship with other people. Then eventually, it pays forward eh. So, ako ngayon, I've been teaching my two kids, even in our club, Philippine Youth Dreamers. We want to make sure that each and everyone will be able to grab the idea of sharing, because at the end of the day, when they will be the one up there, maybe I'm gone, we'll never know. At least they will pay it forward, give it back to the people who have helped them, or sila naman tumulong sa ibang tao. Yun na yung naging ano namin ngayon, Coach, parang naging mission and vision namin na sige, tulong tayo. What separate us from the other clubs is we want to make sure that our players will be able to survive and fight and face yung true competition of life. It's on and off the court. Hindi pa pwedeng magaling lang sa basketball, that's it. No, yun yung sinabi mo kanina, no, yung disiplinado. You will seldom see coaches namin na nakaupo. The whole practice, if it's 2 hours, you will all see us standing around, keep on motivating, keep on correcting every little details, talagang right on that spot. Kasi ayaw natin mawala sa attention span ng bata na, kailangan makorek kita dito. It's not because I'm mad, I have to correct you right away. You might tend to forget. Baka bukas iba na naman yung sitwasyon. So, yun yung mga bagay na sinasabi mo sa bata, walang cellphone. So, dapat wala ka ring cellphone. Sinabi mo, water break, sabay-sabay. Sabay-sabay din kayo inom ng tubig. So, nakita doon ng bata na, sensitive si coach sa ganito eh. Ibig sabihin, kailangan pala, ito yung dapat gawin natin kasi ito pala yung dapat kasi ito yung mag-grow para sa atin. So makikita nila ng bata din yung ano ba gusto natin mangyari sa kanya. Siyempre gusto natin manalo. Gusto natin mag-champion. Pero hindi eh. Hindi lahat. Diba? Hindi lahat. Only few people are chosen.
Coach Bujing, gusto ko yung ginagawa mo, no? Mga kaagapay sa mga nakikinig, si Coach Bujing is founder and director of yung Philippine Youth Dreamers. Ito yung club na tinayo niya, and based sa kwento niya, one of their mission, no, or vision, sa vision nila is to pay it forward, no, to teach life skills, not only the skill, but to teach skills na mas madadala ng bata habang pagtanda. And syempre, hindi lang niya dalhin, ipasa niya sa iba. And binanggit nga niya na modeling. Ano yung minomodel niya? Kung bawal ang cellphone, yung coach walang cellphone. Kung ang ini-instill nila ay lahat sila ay masipag, hindi sila umuupo, natatamad-tamad. It's one thing to coach, but it's one thing to teach and model the right thing, especially yung mga binabanggit mo, no? And everybody loves to win. But alam mo, Coach Bujing, no, sabi ni, I think it was Coach Dean Smith who said this, kasama si John Wooden, no, na they can endure losing ball games. But ang hindi nila kaya is makita yung isa nilang player to lose the game of life. Yung mawalan ng pag-asa sa buhay, maging hopeless, maging helpless, walang direction. And I think yun yung ginagawa ngayon ng club ni Coach Bujing. Can you elaborate it? Itong dream mo on having this, sa pangalan pa lang, no? Philippine Youth Dreamers. Siyempre, it starts with a dream. Coach Bujing, tell us about your club.
Well, Coach, it started 2013. It's 10 years already. Ano yan, Coach, lahat ng tao dumadaan sa pagsubok. No? 10 years ago, I got rock bottom. Siguro medyo fame and everything pumasok sa atin dahil mapusok tayo noon Nasipa tayo ng Diyos in a good way. Parang, ginob ako Parang, ano ba ginagawa mo sa buhay mo? So, rock bottom. I lost everything, no? No teams, as in from how many digits of money, of salaries, and rackets, biglang down to zero. As in nothing. You just imagine that cannot provide anything for your family. What made me realize is I have to soul search. I have to ask myself, ano ba kailangan kong gawin? Lord, lead me. Ano ba dapat ko? Ano ba gagawin ko? Siguro a couple of months, spend more time with family and everything, catching up, kasi sabi nga natin ang coaching, it's yung family time. So, until I have to go to an informal settlers, dati kong barangay, so balik kaya ako sa barangay ko. Then I started teaching. Kung ano yung tinuturo ko sa national team is the same program that I'm teaching sa informal settlers. Pakiramdam ko, these are the less fortunate ones na parang deprived by the technology and knowledge because of no money. So sabi ko, turo ko nga to. So turo ako until we started to compete. Siyempre, noong una, puro talo. Ganun talaga. Then my two kids, sinali ko kasi gusto ko nga sila maging more accommodating. Gusto ko sila mag-blend. Because we feel that when you're inside basketball is for everybody. Hindi yung sa court, may mayaman, may hirap, hindi. Kailangan pagpasok doon, pantay-pantay tayo. So we took away that kind of status. So pinagsama-sama natin, whether it's coming from LaSalle, Ateneo, Xavier, Claret, Lourdes, pinagsama-sama natin with the informal settlers to the point that you will not be able to distinguish which is which. So after that, nagtuloy-tuloy siya. So now, it's 10 years now. Pero yung pinaka gusto talaga lang namin mangyari is yung mga pains na nangyari sa anak ko at sa mga ibang players, ayoko ma-experience na ibang parents. Like, when you're eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner after a game or before the game, the dad, the mom will get mad at the kid because, hey, you're not working hard, kaya hindi ka pinapasok, ganito, ganyan. It breaks the heart of the kid. So kami, sabi namin, let's put up this club. We'll sacrifice the winning. No, diyan lalabas yung galing ng coach kung paano mo ipapanalo by letting everybody play. So mayroong mga coaches na sasabihin mo, you're up already by 20 points, you try to rotate, then eventually to the point that nag-break, natalo ka pa. Siyempre, pangit yung word, no? Ano ba naman coach niyan? Kulang. Tapos ganito lahat, you get all the bash. 'Di ba? Pero hindi nila alam yung fulfillment mo naman as a coach. Tsaka yung fulfillment ng parents. Nakita niya anak niya umagaw ng bola, hindi nakascore, pero anak, so proud of you. Kumakain sila ngayon sa dinner o kung ano man, when they go home, they've been talking about it. Anak, galing mo ha. So you have to remind also the parents na, hey, I can be the bad cop for today, but you always have to be the good cop. So yun yung gusto lang namin, coach. Ang daling manalo, coach. Super madaling manalo. You know that. You've been coaching for a long time, coach. And nagkasama tayo, nagkalaban pa tayo. Pero coach, all you have to do is just get the best players, let the players embrace the system, motivate them properly, intrinsic, extrinsic, then you will win the championship. Pero after that, anong relationship? It's nothing. Pero pagka na-build mo yung relationship mo sa bata, sa magulang, they will get back to you in the long run, or pagtanda na nila may pamilya na, coach, tama ka pala, no? didisiplina mo kami noon. Ngayon, ako na pala didisiplina sa anak ko ngayon. 'Di ba? So mas masaya yung pamilya when they're sharing their meals at the same time they're sharing good stories. So that's our ultimate goal. Of course, winning very much into that, but iba pa rin yung winning outside basketball.
I love it. Winning outside basketball. Kasi paano po mag-enjoy yung bata kung yung bata ay nakaupo, bangko, di ba? Tayo nung bata tayo, Coach Bujing, di ba naglalaro tayo? Kahit holen, trumpo, we had fun because we were doing something and we were playing. And I like what you've said, no? Sacrifice the winning by letting everybody play. Isipin mo kung ikaw yung magulang. Tapos, alam mo na hinahatid mo ng maagang-maaga yung bata. Kahit na lang hindi maaga. Tuwing hapon, susunduin mo dahil sa ensayo. Tapos, sobrang traffic.
Yes.
Bubunuin mong traffic. Tapos, yung anak mo hindi makakalaro. No? So, there must be also a league na everybody can play. Di ba? Kasi, ano ba yung joy ng magulang? Di ba yung magulang pag nakikita nila yung anak nila naglalaro, kahit gapiranggot na minuto, as long as hindi siya umuwi na halos bago yung uniform. Kasi paano nga imo-motivate? No? Kung ikaw ang nasa lugar, nasa sapatos ng magulang, anong sasabihin mo sa anak mo after a game kung hindi nakalaro? We're talking about kids, kids. We're not talking about iba na UAAP na college. Yes. Dahil yun talagang high competition. We know that winning is nandun sa pinnacle. Yun yung dream. Pero dito sa mga bata, we are going to instill winning, we are going to instill discipline, but hindi yung winning ang namamayagpag na ito lang yung dapat mangyari. They should have fun, they should have relationships with their teammates, with their coaches, and at the same time, imagine, pagkatapos maglaro, magkwekwentuhan sila ng kanilang nanay at tatay. Ang pag-usapan nila, di ba yung anak sasabihin niya, Dad, napanood mo ba ako? Siyempre, kahit sabihin mo ng 1 o 2 minutong maglaro, sabihin ng tatay, nakita nga kita na laking bagay nung ginawa mong play, no? Even kahit hindi kayo nanalo, but you contributed, no? You made your team a better team dahil you were selfless. And Coach Bujing, ano mga nakikita mong benefits or ano yung mga life stories dito because of your tinayo mo tong club na ito?
Ano yung Coach? Ang benefit kasi dyan, pagka lahat nakakapaglaro, lahat nag-enjoy, nagiging Coach, chain reaction, nagiging masaya lahat. So, kailangan lang din talaga yung parents maging patient na wag muna natin take away yung fun, yung enjoyment sa bata kasi kaya nga sila kids Di ba? Especially if you're coaching club. Kaya sila sumali dyan sa club team yan because they want to enjoy. They also want to win. Di ba? Pero kailangan maintindihan din ng coaches na ang club is yun yung pinaka nagiging backbone ngayon ng mga non-varsity And these club coaches has to understand na kinakailangan i-instill nyo sa kanila that sports, not only basketball, should be one of their priorities. Kasi gadgets daw can really ruin the health. So kinakailangan yung coaches in the long run, mas marami ma-entice na player. Not just because you're winning championship. Diba? Kasi sabi nga natin, it's easy to win championships. Especially if it's a club team, madali yan. Diba? Pero yung to win the hearts of the parents and the kids, yan ang pinaka-biggest challenge. Yung tipong, okay lang ako, coach. Kahit nagmintis ako ng 2 basket, pero at least alam ko, I did the best I can. Hanggang doon lang ako Diba? Pero yung alam mo naman na magaling yung bata, pero dahil may mas magaling, hindi maipapasok. Wala, yung batang na pwede pang gumaling na yun, baka hindi na gumaling at all. baka mag-quit na lang, I will not play anymore. I'll just stay on my gadget. Total, hindi naman ako masaya dyan. So, sayang.
Yeah. I think dapat nandun yung joy, no? The joy of playing. In the first place, bakit ba sila naglalaro, no? To have fun and to be happy and to be joyful in what they are doing, no? Coach, thank you so much, no? Na ang goal mo dito is to bring ibalik ulit yung fun into playing because of the competition, so much into winning na nakalimutan natin na before naging sport yan o competition, it was just about playing. Di ba naglalaro lang, no? Tapos, hindi lang yun. Nilayo mo sa gadgets, nilayo mo from living a life na nakaupo lang, no? Na parang senile, no? And binigyan natin ng activity yung mga bata. And I think nung bata tayo, lahat tayo born to run, 'di ba?
Yes.
Born to play and born to sprint, no? Coach Bujing, thank you for sharing yung message mo, no? And yung vision and mission that it's not about winning, it's about teaching kids life lessons that they could bring sa pagtanda nila, no? And mas importante yung relationships rather than the result, which is winning. Kasi isa lang naman magcha-champion. If there are 20 teams, isa lang magcha-champion, no? Isipin mo, does that mean that the 19 teams, they are all failure? Di ba? Lahat ba sila? No! If they already excelled, no, beyond their potential, then we can say na they are all winners. Alam mo, meron akong gustong i-share sa'yo, no, yung verse na ito. It's Jeremiah 29:11 to verse 13. Yung verse na ito, ginamit ng Panginoon dito sa mga exiles, no, sa mga Israelites. But hindi lang siya applicable sa mga Israelites kasi the Lord has a plan, no, sa bawat isa sa atin, no. Bago nga tayo pinanganak, while we were in our mother's womb, kilala na tayo ng Panginoon. And sa Jeremiah 29:11 to 13, it says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for prosperity and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. And you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart." Ganun ang Panginoon. If you call Him, if you will draw near to Him, He will draw near to you.
Amen.
Alam mo, ang Panginoon, nandyan lang yan eh. Minsan, pumapasok yung ating pride, katigasan ng ulo, or sometimes, we want to be our own God. Pero hindi. May Panginoon who loves us so much, who gave His only begotten Son, the Lord Jesus Christ, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish, but will have eternal life. Kay Jesus lang. Wala nang iba. Huwag tayong kumapit sa pera, sa material things, sa fame, sa fortune, dahil lahat yan mawawala. Ang hindi mawawala ay ang salita ng Panginoon at ang relationship natin kay Jesus. Sabi ni Jesus, ako lang ang tanging daan, ako lang ang ilaw, ako ang katotohanan. Wala nang iba. So, kapit lang tayo sa Panginoon, mga kapatid. Hindi sa basketball, dahil ang basketball mawawala. Pero kung tayo ay kasama natin ang Panginoon, pag kinuha niya na tayo, no, malamang maglalaro tayo ng basketball
Doon.
sa paradise with Him, no? And thank you, Coach Bujing Akot. Thank you for sharing your story, which is God's story in your life. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes at inyong napakinggan ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DCAS FEBC Radio TV, agapay ng Sambayanan, miyembro ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Magandang Sabado po sa inyong lahat.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.